Stewie Griffin wants to kill his mom. Bart Simpson is a prankster. Even the Joker has a tragic backstory. But Eric Cartman? This kid makes every other cartoon villain look like an amateur.
I just got my first pubes.
We're talking about a 4th grader whose attempted actual genocide orchestrated the death of someone's father and fed him to his own son and manipulated an entire town more times than I can count. And somehow, he's been getting away with it for over 25 years. So how did a fat kid from Colorado become television's most successful psychopath? Let's find out, because Cartman's origin story is way more disturbing than you think. Alright, let's start from the beginning. Eric Cartman shows up in South Park's very first episode as one of 4 boys living in this small Colorado mountain town. He's got his single mom, Leanne, and right from the start, something's off about this kid.
And I know that I am not under alien control.
I love to sing about the moon and the June and the spring.
Yeah, see that little guy? He's gonna attempt genocide later. Multiple times, actually. And he'll get pretty damn close. While Stan, Kyle, and Kenny are just normal kids dealing with all the crazy stuff happening around them, Cartman, he is the crazy stuff. The kid's manipulative, he's selfish, he's got some seriously messed up views, and somehow he's convinced he's the smartest person in every room. The scary part, a lot of times, he actually is.
You're the one who always plugs up the toilet at our house.
I am a cop, and you will respect my authority.
And there's the line everyone knows. You literally can't go to Comic-Con without hearing someone yell this. Early on, South Park treats him like your typical fat bully. Mean, gets picked on for his weight, pretty standard stuff. But the writers quickly realized they had something way more interesting on their hands. This wasn't just some one-note bad kid. This was someone who could carry entire episodes just by being a complete sociopath. Which brings us to one of the first major storylines that reveals just how messed up Cartman's home life really is. So one of the first big storylines is about Cartman's dad, and man, it gets weird. In this 2-part episode called Cartman's Mom is a Dirty Slut, we find out basically every dude in town could be Eric's father.
Hey, everybody, look who's here.
Oh, Chef, you're so strong.
I'm serious, the whole town shows up. Chef, Mr. Garrison, everybody. It's like the world's most disturbing paternity test. Turns out, Leanne, Cartman's mom, is, how do I say this nicely? She gets around. A lot. South Park even jokes that Leanne could be both parents, hermaphroditic and all that, but that's just classic South Park absurdity. They drop that storyline pretty quick. The real answer comes way later. Jack Tennerman is his dad, Scott Tennerman's father. Keep that name in your head because it's gonna matter in the most messed up way possible.
Well, good going, Mom. You've completely screwed me over.
What happened, Eric?
Here's the thing about this whole setup. It explains everything. His mom's not really a parent. She's just an enabler. Whatever Cartman wants, Cartman gets. 0 consequences, ever. And Cartman exploits that completely. Honestly, Leanne could teach a college course on terrible parenting, but if you think that's bad, wait until you see what happens when someone actually tries to humiliate Cartman. Because what comes next isn't just revenge, it's a declaration of war. Okay, so here's where Cartman goes from annoying kid to genuinely terrifying. Most cartoon characters stay pretty much the same, right? Not Cartman, he changes, and not in a good way. Season 5, Scott Tennerman Must Die. This episode literally changed South Park forever. So there's this older teenager, Scott Tennerman, who sells Cartman his public hair for $10 as a prank. Embarrassing? Sure. What Cartman does next? That's a crossing the Rubicon moment.
Just give me back my money.
Buyer beware, dude.
Give me my $10, Scott.
Hey, I said no. Now get your fat little butt out of here before I kick your head in.
$10 for pubes. That's the inciting incident for what comes next. A normal kid gets back at someone with pranks, maybe some petty revenge. Cartman orchestrates the death of Scott Tennerman's parents. He manipulates a farmer into shooting them, has their bodies ground in chili, serves it to Scott at a cook-off, and then, only after Scott's eaten it, reveals exactly what's in the bowl. All while Radiohead watches in real time.
Oh, the tears of unfathomable sadness. Yummy, yummy, you guys.
When you've managed to horrify Radiohead, a band whose entire brand is misery, you've achieved something genuinely disturbing. Here's what makes this irreversible. Cartman didn't lose control. He didn't snap. This took planning, manipulation, patience. He had to predict behavior, coordinate moving parts, and maintain the con for weeks. That's not rage, that's calculation. And later, we find out Scott was Cartman's half-brother, which means Cartman unknowingly orchestrated his own father's death and had him fed to family. Greek tragedy, but the protagonist has no idea he's living it. This episode didn't just change Cartman, it redefined what the show was willing to do. The writers drew a new line, then immediately stepped over it. If orchestrating a murder for revenge shows his intelligence, what comes next shows he can weaponize belief itself. Here's what makes Cartman really interesting. He doesn't actually believe in anything. Watch the show long enough and you'll notice he just picks up whatever ideology works for him in the moment. Nazi stuff? Yeah, he'll dress up as Hitler and attempt genocide.
It's Adolf Hitler costume. Zig ha! Zig ha! Where'd you get that? My mom made it.
A third grader dressed as Hitler attempting to exterminate an entire group of people. South Park really just said, how far can we go? And the answer was pretty damn far. Religion? He'll start a church just to make money and create a Christian rock band to win a bet.
Oh Lord, you are my savior. You know I miss you so much when you are gone.
This episode got them in trouble with religious groups. Totally worth it though. Activism? He'll be a social justice warrior, a conservative pundit, whatever gets him attention.
We are coon friends because we care about each other. Because we have each other's backs. And when things look their darkest, these heroes will stand together.
The Coon. Literally the worst superhero name possible. But somehow, it fits him perfectly. The thing is, Cartman doesn't care about any of this stuff. Ideology is just a vehicle for power. That's what makes him so unpredictable. You can't debate someone who doesn't believe their own arguments. He's operating in a completely different framework where truth doesn't matter, only leverage does. And nowhere is that manipulation more obvious than in his relationship with his arch nemesis. At the heart of the whole show is this battle between Cartman and Kyle Boflovsky. This isn't just kids not getting along, this is systematic hatred that goes on for 25 seasons.
You guys, listen to this song I just wrote. It's called I Hate You Guys.
That pretty much sums up their whole relationship right there. Kyle's got everything Cartman hates. He's actually moral, he's smart, he's got a good family, and he calls Cartman out on his BS every single time. So Cartman doesn't just dislike the guy, he's obsessed with destroying him. Some of the stuff Cartman does specifically to hurt Kyle, tries to give him HIV, organizes campaigns against Jewish people just to mess with him, constantly goes after Kyle's family and religion, manipulates situations just to make Kyle suffer.
Well, Cosmo's a bitch, she's a big fat bitch, she's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world, she's a stupid bitch, if there ever was a bitch, she's a bitch.
He literally made a hit song just to torture Kyle's mom. That's the level of commitment we're talking about. But here's the weird part. When Kyle's family moves away in Smug Alert, Cartman actually tries to bring them back. He needs Kyle around. Without someone to fight against, Cartman's got no purpose.
You sure are a great guy for doing this.
I don't have a choice. Somebody has to get into San Francisco and warn Kyle's family to get out before the storm hits.
It's the most toxic relationship on TV. They're stuck together. Kyle needs someone to stand up to. Cartman needs someone to torment. Neither one can exist without the other. So what makes Cartman so effective at getting under Kyle's skin and everyone else's? It's the same thing that makes him truly dangerous. So Cartman's not physically scary, right? He's overweight, not athletic. Most adults could just pick him up and move him. So what makes him actually dangerous? It's all mental. He can read people instantly, figure out their weaknesses, and exploit them without thinking twice.
Can't believe it! It's all a scam!
Yeah, I can't believe it.
They've all been lying to us this whole time.
This whole time, I wonder if my future self knows anything about this.
In one of his most disturbing schemes, Cartman convinces Butters the world has ended by controlling information flow. No violence, no threats, just environmental manipulation. That's the scary part. Cartman understands that reality is just what someone perceives, and if you control perception, you control reality.
Token, I swear to God, you call me fat one more time, I'm gonna smack you in the head with this rock. Fat ass. Oh!
He built an entire post-apocalyptic world in his backyard. Fake radiation suits, staged debris, controlled messaging, all to manipulate one person's belief system. That's not impulsive cruelty. That's architectural thinking applied to psychological warfare. When Cartman's actually motivated, his planning reveals something uncomfortable. He's genuinely capable. The Scott Tenorman incident required behavioral prediction, timeline coordination, and operational security. That's not luck or cartoon logic. That's strategic thinking applied to evil.
Mary, I'm out of control. Yeah, you drugs. I can do what I want, bitch.
This isn't just him being bratty. It's his whole philosophy. No conscience, no empathy, no worry about consequences. Just doing whatever he wants. And sometimes, he gets real power.
Meow, meow, meow.
As the Coon, Cartman gets control of an actual elder god, and he immediately uses it to kill people who annoy him, including Justin Bieber. When given cosmic power, he does exactly what you'd expect, and that's just one scheme. Let me show you some of his other greatest hits, because each one reveals exactly how this kid's twisted mind operates. Let me run through some of Cartman's craziest schemes real quick, because each one shows how his mind works. He inherits money and buys an entire amusement park just to keep everyone else out. Then he realizes he needs to let people in to pay for it, which defeats the whole point.
Excuse me, son, I'm an investment broker. I can help you invest that money.
Nuh-uh, I'm spending it.
Most expensive middle finger in TV history. He faked having Tourette's syndrome just so he could say whatever he wanted on TV.
Asshole shit, cock! Shit! Dumb shit! All right, Mom, bitch, ass bitch!
This episode got real criticism from advocacy groups. Cartman didn't care. He never does. He literally created a sports organization that exploited drug-addicted babies for profit.
We would like your child to play for the Crack Baby Athletic Association.
The what?
We believe that St. Mary's is the best hospital for your child.
I can't stress this enough. He built a whole league around exploiting babies. That's where we're at with this character. He convinced a bunch of kids that redheads don't have souls, creating a framework for discrimination based on hair color.
It really irritates me. People would say that red-haired people don't have souls.
The episode became controversial because it closely mirrored real-world bullying behavior. South Park ended up doing a follow-up where Cartman becomes a ginger himself. Karma's beautiful sometimes. Each scheme gets more elaborate. Each one almost works. Each one proves Cartman's learning and getting better at this. But then something interesting happens. The show jumps forward in time, and we see what adult Cartman supposedly becomes, and honestly, it raises more questions than it answers. The post-COVID specials show us adult Cartman, and he's completely different. Now he's Rabbi Cartman, married to a Jewish woman named Yentl, raising Jewish kids apparently reformed.
My family would be really comfortable in a nice Jewish home. Please, Kyle, for my kids.
Kyle's lifelong nemesis converted to Judaism, married into the faith, and became a religious leader. It's either the most profound redemption arc in television or the most elaborate manipulation Cartman's ever attempted, and that's exactly why it works.
Changed how?
Yes, I know it's been a long time since we've seen each other. I'm doing really well.
The show refuses to confirm either interpretation. We get moments where the mask slips, flashes of the old Cartman surfacing, but we never get certainty. Is this genuine transformation, or a decades-long con designed to torture Kyle by becoming everything Cartman once destroyed? South Park won't answer that question, and that ambiguity is the point. Can someone fundamentally broken actually heal? Or is redemption just another form of manipulation where you're this far gone? The fact that we can't tell after watching this character for 25 years means Cartman's either genuinely changed or he's playing a game we can't even see the edges of. Both possibilities are equally disturbing. So why does this character work so well? Why do we keep watching someone this terrible? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Cartman appeals to something we don't want to acknowledge. He operates without the internal governor the rest of us have. No social anxiety, no conscience, no fear of consequences. He's what unfiltered ID looks like when it has intelligence behind it.
Okay, that does it. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
We've all wanted to say that and just walk away. Cartman actually does it. But South Park never lets us forget, Cartman's miserable. His plans fail consistently, his friends hate him, and even when he gets what he wants, he's never happy.
Yes, Eric.
We love watching him fail just as much as we love watching him scheme. That's the genius of the show. He's not someone to look up to. He's a warning. And over time, Cartman's become something bigger than just a cartoon character. After 25 plus seasons, Cartman's become this cultural symbol of unchecked narcissism, playing the victim while being terrible, and what happens when kids grow up with zero boundaries.
Uh-oh.
Welcome to our class, Bahir.
Thank you. Dude, not cool.
Half these quotes are on t-shirts. The other half probably got someone punched. He's what happens when someone gets intelligence and charisma but no conscience. He's what do whatever you want looks like taken to the absolute extreme. Every generation gets the villain it deserves. We got a 9-year-old with no empathy, unlimited confidence, and the ability to manipulate anyone. And somehow, he makes us laugh while also disturbing us. That's the full story. Eric Cartman, from annoying kid to a calculated monster. He's orchestrated murders, attempted genocide, and pulled off elaborate schemes across hundreds of episodes. Look at that transformation, from simple troublemaker to something genuinely dark. The scariest part? He's still just a kid, still developing. If this is what he's capable of at 9 years old, what happens when he grows up?
And then I took a picture of his wiener in my mouth.
Dude!
I know, check it out, look.
That laugh, man, it's genuinely unsettling. Cartman represents the nature versus nurture question taken to its extreme. Bad genetics, negligent parenting, zero consequences. You're watching the recipe play out in real time. But here's what makes it complicated. Remove any one of those factors and you probably still get someone dangerous. That's what makes him fascinating and deeply unsettling. South Park without Cartman would be like Breaking Bad without Walter White. Technically functional, but missing its dark center. He's not the protagonist, but he's the element that makes everything else matter.
Whatever, I do what I want.
The anthem of entitled kids everywhere. And somehow, that's exactly what keeps us watching. If you want to see another character breakdown, check out the video on screen. And remember, if you've got a Cartman in your life, keep your distance way, way far away.